Alright, so since I already made a guide for each early hive, yes, even for red and white, which you can watch on my channel, but that doesn't matter. It's time for our early game guide. Alright, so this guide will be a bunch of important topics and lessons an early game should know. The intended audience for this video is below Supreme Star Amulet, but if you want to watch this video to support the channel, I love you then. My dear viewer, not in a weird way though. Anyway, so basic rules for hive making: every hive requires 3 to 4 melody makers and 3 to 4 baby love producers. I already explained that in my previous guide, but it just means that you need to have 3 to 4 music bees in your hive or 3 melody token beequips, and 3 to 4 baby bees for baby love tokens. Gifted tadpoles also have baby love, but I am assuming you don't have any. Now, what other bees you should fill in? Well, realistically you want a few mark producers, such as maybe 3 to 4 carpenters, some bomb token bees such as lion bee, and frosty. Overall you will be making honey from bomb tokens when you don't have any mythics. Also, you should get rid of gifted bees. At least keep one of each gifted, to use correctly star egg. Star egg can give a gifted mythic, however, you need to get every other bee in the game gifted. Well, except events. You need to get one of gifted basic, rare, epic and legendary to properly use and star egg. Beequips aren't really important at this stage of the game. Hell, you can't wear most of the beequips this early. But if you got an endgame player as a friend, they could possibly spare 1 or 2 beequips they see as trash in their inventory. Also, events. The best way to purchase them is first Tabby, then Photon, then probably Cobalt and Crimson, then Festive and Puppy. Gummy Bee and Vicus Bee will be gathered in the background as you play. Just kill Vicus Bees, and save up your gumdrops for Gummy Bee in the 20 bee zone. Okay, so in short about the hive setup. You want minimum 3 to 4 music and baby bees. You want to have some carpenter bees as well, and a few bees with bomb tokens. You should get rid gifted bees unless there are multiple, and they don't give bomb tokens. For example, you can delete a second gifted looker bee, but deleting a second gifted frosty bee would be dumb, because frosty bee has bomb token. Event bees can be placed in the hive slowly. I personally put event bees at the bottom of the hive. I did it for both of my accounts. Okay, now let's go through some overall tips. One of my favorite tips are about royal jelly usage. If you got an ungifted event bee, whenever you roll your royal jelly to find a mythic, you can use it on that ungifted event. Why, you may ask? Because if you get nothing good, you can put the event back in that spot. With this tactic you don't damage your hive every possible RJ that could have taken away something good by not ending up giving you a brave bee when you started to roll on a gifted frosty. Hopefully you got that tip. I explained that in a bit messy way. Giving your first translator to Bucko Bee is probably the best way to go, unless you really want Riley. I don't really care. What I am trying to say is that giving the translator to bees first would be the best way to go. You might see one of the future quests a bit tough, but you can find people who can summon Stickbug for you. Don't worry, if you unlock Wind Shrine, please use it as much as you can. As well as field booster machines. They aren't best, but they are a good help either way when you are starting. If you find spare magic beans, you can do 2 things with them. Either use them on fields to get materials, blueberry on pine tree, strawberries on pepper or strawberry field, sunflowers on sunflower field and pineapples on pineapple field, or you could save them for a future sprout parties that involve multiple players planting them together. But you can also use magic beans as a break in case of emergency, whenever you are close to buying next equipment. Speaking of equipment, let's talk about first Spirit Petal. Where to use it? Well, it's usually Petal Wand or Petal Belt. Now, this might sound bad, but buying the more expensive Petal Belt is a slightly better thing to do. Sure, you could buy Petal Wand, but Petal Belt has bomb pollen increase, and since we already spoke about the way you collect the most pollen, aka by bomb tokens, you can figure out the rest of this logic yourself. Belt is better, even though it looks expensive. Killing crab is tough when starting, so if you don't own high-level bees, aka close to LVL 12 like the crab itself, you can use a LVL 11 or LVL 12 Vicus Bee. Killing crab is very important in this game. Like, in general, he is unironically one of the best sources of items in the whole game. And coconuts are very good for your field grinding. Also, a tip for early game players that don't have anyone to play with, please try to reach out to other people. The game is more fun with someone else. Making jokes in the chat, or just hanging out. If someone doesn't answer to you and moves in a suspicious patterns on the field, he is doing something that shall not be named in this video. Anyway, buying planters is very important. Since you are early in the game, you will be playing for a while. Buying tacky, or pesticide planter will be very important for your account. Also, it's free honey every harvest. Who doesn't want free honey? And if you are here to have a question answered, what hive color to go, here's a quick guide. Early blue is the easiest. It only requires obtaining Supreme Star Amulet, a few blue mythics, and playing with other players. I made a blue guide already on this channel, so you can check it out. Early red is tougher, mostly because you are required to own specific beequips, such as Toyhorn or Kazoo for melody tokens. It's not recommended to go early red, but if you are brave enough, I got a guide for that as well. Early white, good luck. I went early white, and here I am now, making text-to-speech content on a small YouTube channel, slowly with each step getting ready to expand the channel outside of BSS because I know. I am those who know and have opinions about this game. I am the one who speaks in text-to-speeches. Okay, whatever, if you want to go early white, I made a guide for it as well. But remember, that is the hardest way to play this game. Realistically, you don't have a reason to play the harder way, other than making screenshots and proving others you are Sigma like me. Reaching endgame is early white. But anyway, this is basically all from this video. If anyone has other tips they gathered through playing this game, feel free to share them with others. The next video will be, possibly Turpentine and Wax's guide, the ending to my material guides. Sure, I could cover glitter, but glitter is just crab and petal planter. That's all. Okay, if you watched this video in whole, thank you, I appreciate it. Soon, this channel might change. But how? I am currently uncertain, but I will tell you later. Didu out.